Hi guys, welcome to the Savvy Money Show with me, your host Shaw. Today we're talking about a share that I recommended at 40 pence a share. Now it's at 160, floating between 160 and 220 a share, and I think it's set to explode. I will put the official video at the end of the video, so please wait for that. What is it? Tiziana Life Sciences. I did a full video on this back in April when I first started doing videos. Now, how did it get my inkling? First off, it was recommended as one of the ones to watch. Of course, there was hundreds to watch at the time by experts, because they were saying anyone working on COVID to watch it, and it was asked to watch at 70 pence a share. It dropped because only 12 people worked there to about 50 pence a share. That's where I entered. It carried on dropping, and I was doing deep dives into it, deeper and deeper dives into it, and the more I found about it, the more I liked it. And you'll see another coincidence that I like about it as well later. And I actually dropped to 40 pence a share, and that's where I loaded up on it. It went below 40 pence a share, but that was my bottom line. And don't forget to hit that lovely like button, almost as lovely as me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting the video out to more people. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Become part of the Savvy Money Show family. We give each other hints and tips and updates about stocks and shares we talk about on the show. As well as that, you can ask me to look into any share you want, and I don't charge a Discord fee or ask for a Patreon. All I do ask is for you to comment in the box below and hit the like button. Even if you disagree with me, especially if you disagree with me, I like a debate. And if I do something wrong, I want you to call me on it so I can improve the channel. And why not check out the links in the description below? There's lots of offers. I've used each one of them myself. I wouldn't give you links if I haven't checked them out myself. If you're looking for a free trading platform which should trade your stocks and shares, you know, you can get a free share worth up to £200 for signing up and depositing a small amount. A free trade only requires a £1 deposit. The others require £100 or dollars, depending on which one you go for. Spaq has over 3,500 US stocks on their books, which is the biggest one outside of the US. Whereas Trading 212 is one of the best and easiest platforms to use. But as I said, I use all three. Anyway, on with the show. Their main one is Formula, and it is basically can be used for many different diseases, mainly pulmonary. But what they did, and this was the brilliant thing, and it drove the share price down, and this was to 40, and this was when I loaded up on it, was during March, April time, when the crash was going on. These guys went and bought another healthcare company because it helped progress their treatment. This company had a patent on something that helped with their patent. Now, they protect all their treatments by putting a patent in 3 years in advance. when they first start working on it. Now, look at all these patents. You know, now they still have 2 phase 2 and 2 preclinical trials coming along. That's it for alumab. These 2 can be used for so many things. Like you've got the Crohn's disease, you've got neurodegenerative indication, you've got COVID-19, and they've been given a patent for that. And then you've got the other one, which is multiple cancer. It's not just one, but multiple. Now, I just saw a lot of potential in this, and I still do. Now it's been given a patent, it is more secure than ever. And although the site, because I've got the camera on, isn't coming up properly. They have revamped the site, so there may be issues there. Anyway, let's move on. Right, now this says $3.91, and I find this with America. You do not pay withholding tax like UK companies. Americans do not pay withholding tax like UK do to American companies. However, you tend to pay double the price for UK companies, and that's the exchange you make. But look at the price action on that. Look at what it went up to. You know, $6.99. Now, this is when it would have been about, yeah, it would have been down here. Now, for me, it was 40 pence a share, and now it's £1.60 for you guys. See, that's why it gets confusing for me. It has a low float. They also have look at this, they've been granted a patent on that on different drugs all at the same time. Oh, sorry. Now, the thing is, apparently there was a thing where an investor presentation where they in Japan, and they had some agreement with Japan which shot the price up. Sorry, I said there it would have been there April, or even better. Yeah, that makes more sense, a quarter of what it is now. Now, I have said that I think it's got a good future. I do believe it's got a good future. It is. I was worried it would run out of money, but it seemed to have plenty of money to progress this, because its costs were low, only 12 people. It had enough money to take over that new company, and it did well enough. Now, the other thing is, you had all of a sudden its patents are getting approved, and you've got to remember how high some of these drug companies are going on the back of one progressing one drug trial. Now America has approved their patent for COVID-19. This is a UK company. So if America approves it, how long before the UK approve it? How long before the EU approve it? Yeah. Look, I've been in Gilead because I thought that I've been in Gilead because I thought cruise ships are going to need it, and I've been in this because I thought it had a bright future as a company. But if you have this getting approval, I can see Gilead going down. I would, if you're making a profit on Gilead, I would sell out of it. If you're not, and you bought in at 60 or below, Gilead, you're still buying in at last year's prices. It still has a pipeline. You know, you might want to hold. It will come back. But you need to be looking at this company. This is my company of the week. I've seen videos where people are going to Tesla as their company of the week. Come on, it's a bit late then, isn't it? This is more than my company of the week. This is my company of the month. You know I like to get in ahead of the game. You know I like to do that. I will now put a video on for you to see for yourself.
You're watching Proactive London. You're with me, Katie Pilgrim, today, and we have Kunwa Shalubai joining us from Tiziana Life Sciences. Hello to you, Shalu. How are you doing today?
Hi, Katie. It's nice to be with you.
Excellent. So much to talk about, Shalu. So you've had a lot of recent announcement. 4 key patents were issued in the last few weeks alone. 3 of these patents were issued on the same day. What is the coincidence of this, and did you plan it?
I wish I could plan that way, but you know, Katie, how the process is that once you submit the patent, it takes about 3 years for it to get granted. So obviously, nobody can plan it that way. So I didn't plan it. It's just the way it happened. But I would take that as a lucky sign for Tiziana Life Sciences. But let me also tell you something about. It reflects our planning process. Mm-hmm. For any biotechnology company, it is absolutely critical to first build the base or secure the base, build a diversified pipeline. So this process started early on. We filed all these patents early on to build a solid pipeline covering our intellectual property. And it so happens that now all of those patent applications that we submitted about 3 years ago are coming to fruition. So as a result, you have 4 patents issued in the last few weeks, and I believe several more are anticipated.
And 2 of these patents, they were on the anti-CD3 monoclonal antibodies, is that right? And what is the difference between these 2?
Yes. So Katie, our anti-CD3 antibody is called foralumab. Foralumab is the only fully human anti-CD3 antibody. Now, there are other anti-CD3 antibodies which have been developed. For example, the most popular was the antibody which is called OKT3. Mm-hmm. This antibody was developed by Johnson & Johnson. It was approved by FDA, but because this antibody was mouse origin, it produced severe immune reaction in human bodies. So it was taken off the market. But the clinical concept of using anti-CD3 for treatment of human diseases was very compelling. So a number of companies try to do humanization of anti-CDP. Humanization is in the sense that they create some mutation so that antibodies look like human antibodies.
And how
all of those succeeded, but they all produce immune reactions. So mine is the only antibody which is fully human. So our current ongoing program is on Crohn's disease. So this patent particularly covers all anti-CD3 antibodies for treatment of Crohn's disease. And I think that's very, very important for T-cell analysis.
Okay. Now, you also announced on Friday that a patent on a therapeutic combination with the milchiclib. I want to talk a bit this. Can you tell us what is the significance of this treatment of liver cancer? Can you tell us why it's so important?
Katie, that's a very good question. Very important question also. Now, hepatocellular carcinoma or liver cancer is a complex cancer. Mm-hmm. It is caused by hepatitis B virus, hepatitis C virus, alcohol, aflatoxin, and many other etiological factors. Mm-hmm. So what happens is that in this cancer, there are a number of mechanisms that are going on, right? So if your drug is specific for one mechanism, then you may not get the sufficient clinical response. So early on, I thought that you have to have a broad spectrum compound and combination therapy for sufficient treatment of or satisfying treatment for this liver cancer. So I filed this patent. Now it is the case, if you look around, almost everybody is doing the combination therapy, right? So this is a very important patent for us. 2 years ago, we showed that when you combine milchiclib, my drug, with other tyrosine kinase inhibitors such as sorafenib.
So it's very interesting and very exciting. I will link the full video in the description and below. I think we should be piling into this while we still can. Remember what happened with Novavax when it was still a penny stock, and a number of other penny stocks. We don't want to miss out. Don't FOMO over it. Do your own research. They have received 4 patents, and I do think they will use this as a platform to make themselves a huge company. I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay savvy, stay investing. Goodbye.